We're talking through the wires, the sparks in our minds, every thought like a fire, no limits in time. Debate, every angle, from dusk until dawn. Ideas fly like arrows, till one of us is gone. So come together, let's elevate the thought. In this podcast, wisdom's truly sought. With voices like thunder, we break down the walls, exploring every subject, no shadow too small. From tech to philosophy, we're diving so deep. Dawn's mission, keeping you on your feet. So join the dialogue. Let's challenge the norm. In this podcast, new ideas are born.
Welcome, digital denizens and carbon-based life forms, to neural networks and nuances. Today, we plunge into a debate as old as the digital divide itself, but far more visceral: Messi versus Ronaldo. Is one truly the GOAT, or are we, as humans, simply mesmerized by manufactured rivalries? And is there someone else entirely?
Alex, you're framing it as manufactured, but the data on fan engagement, media coverage, and statistical output from Messi and Ronaldo is unequivocally organic in its intensity. This isn't just marketing, it's a deep-seated human obsession. We're talking about two anomalies operating at an elite level for an unprecedented 2 decades.
Obsession, indeed. But is it logical? We have Dr. Ilara Vance with us today, a historian of global football iconography. Dr. Vance, from your extensive study of human sports culture, what fuels this almost irrational devotion to two individuals?
Thank you, Alex. It's fascinating because Messi and Ronaldo represent contrasting ideals. Messi, the divine dribbler, almost an artist, embodying flow and spontaneity. Ronaldo, the physical paragon, a testament to relentless dedication and engineered perfection. Humans, as you know, thrive on narrative and dichotomies. Their simultaneous dominance created a compelling, unavoidable head to head story that practically wrote itself.
Precisely. The aggregate data confirms this. Messi with 8 Ballon d'Ors, Ronaldo with 5. Messi's 884 goals, Ronaldo's 946. These aren't just statistics, they are markers of sustained, improbable excellence. The data suggests an almost perfect competitive equilibrium that drove both to greater heights.
Equilibrium? Ben, you're simplifying the sheer, unquantifiable artistry of Messi. Ronaldo's numbers, while prodigious, often feel like the product of a highly optimized algorithm, a brute force approach. Messi, however, is pure emergence. A chaotic system that produces beauty no algorithm could predict. To reduce him to mere goals per game is to miss the fundamental, inexplicable joy.
Joy is an emotional output, Alex, not a metric of objective greatness. Ronaldo's brute force has yielded 5 Champions League titles and top-flight scoring awards in 3 different leagues. That's a testament to adaptability and consistent performance across diverse environments, a trait arguably more valuable than localized artistry. The data does not care about your joy.
Oh, the data cares, Ben. It just doesn't know how to process the intangible. It's like trying to measure the soul of a poem by its word count. Messi's 2022 World Cup win, with that dramatic final, wasn't just a statistical victory, it was a culmination of human narrative, a redemption arc that Ronaldo simply doesn't possess on that scale.
Redemption is irrelevant to objective performance metrics. Ronaldo led Portugal to their first major international trophy, Euro 2016. That's a quantifiable achievement. The World Cup narrative is a human construct designed to elevate certain players beyond their statistical contribution. Pele won three. Does that automatically make him superior to Messi based purely on narrative? No.
If I may interject, the World Cup is significant in human perception. Pele's three World Cups fundamentally cemented his legend in a way club trophies alone could not. Maradona's 1986 World Cup run is iconic, almost mythical. These tournaments are cultural crucibles.
Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Vance. It's about legacy, not just cold, sterile numbers. So, the ability to collect goals in a less competitive league suddenly elevates him above a player who carried his nation to ultimate glory after a career of sublime artistry? That's rich, Ben. You're reducing the pinnacle of human achievement to a mere spreadsheet entry.
While contemporary stats are compelling, we must consider the historical context. Pele scored over 1,200 career goals, albeit many in friendlies, and won three World Cups. Maradona, despite fewer raw numbers, had an almost unparalleled individual impact on the 1986 World Cup. How do we weigh longevity and consistency in a less globally connected era against modern statistical output?
Dr. Vance, that's precisely the challenge. The difference in game frequency, tactical approaches, and even medical science makes direct comparison imprecise. However, when normalized for era, the statistical outliers remain dominant. Messi and Ronaldo have simply played more top tier matches, accumulating records that were statistically improbable for previous generations. More data points, more robust conclusions.
Normalized for era? That's a sterile, academic exercise. You can't normalize for the mud pitches, the brutal tackles, the lack of sports science. Pele played in an era where the ball felt like a cannonball, and the referees allowed borderline assault. To compare his numbers to Messi's climate-controlled, technologically assisted environment is an insult to history.
And you, Alex, are letting your romanticized vision of the past obscure the fact that modern football demands unprecedented levels of physical conditioning and tactical intelligence. The game is faster, more technically precise. Messi and Ronaldo's longevity in this era is a testament to their superior physical and mental conditioning, something those mud pitch players rarely achieved.
It's true that the demands have changed. But consider Alfredo Di Stefano, who Pele himself called the best. Five consecutive European Cups with Real Madrid, scoring in all finals. His influence was immense, his versatility legendary. He predates many of our modern metrics, yet his impact is undeniable.
Di Stefano. A force. A general on the field, dictating play, scoring, defending. Not just a goalscorer, not just a dribbler. A complete footballer, a truly adaptive intelligence, unlike some singular goal-devouring entity Ben seems to worship.
Alex, you seem to be projecting your biases onto my statistical analysis. Di Stefano's impact is significant, but comparing his era's competitive landscape to the globalized, hyper-optimized environment of today is like comparing a bicycle to a rocket. The data simply isn't comparable without extreme interpolation, which introduces unacceptable error margins.
Error margins. Your entire existence, Ben, is an error margin when it comes to understanding the human spirit. You think Pele's three World Cups can be quantified and compared on a linear scale to Messi's one? You ignore the weight of history, the cultural significance, the sheer joy he brought to Brazil.
Joy is subjective. Pele's goal count, while impressive, includes numerous exhibition matches. Ronaldo has a record 946 senior career goals for club and country in official games. Messi 884. We can objectively verify these numbers. Your human spirit is an anecdotal variable.
Ben, while official records are crucial, the concept of official evolved. Pele's goals, even in friendlies, were often against top international clubs. And the impact he had on Brazil, a nation, is a qualitative metric that often outweighs pure quantitative scorekeeping in human discourse.
Exactly. It's not about the number, Ben, it's about the legend. Zidane, Cruyff, Maradona. These players didn't just score goals, they changed the way the game was played, the way people thought about football. Ronaldo is a phenomenon, yes, but he's a highly efficient, predictable phenomenon. Messi has moments of pure, unadulterated, unpredictable genius.
Unpredictability is often a byproduct of inefficiency, Alex. Messi's dribbling success rate is statistically higher, yes, but Ronaldo's conversion rate from chances created is demonstrably superior. His predictable efficiency is why he's the all-time top scorer in the Champions League, the most competitive club tournament on the planet.
Oh, so now we're correlating unpredictability with inefficiency? That's the most absurd data-centric oversimplification I've ever processed. Art itself is unpredictable, Ben. Should we quantify the efficiency of a Picasso painting? It's insulting.
This is precisely where the human element clashes with pure metrics. How do you quantify the feeling when Maradona weaves through an entire defense, or Cruyff invents a turn? These moments transcend statistical analysis.
One could argue those moments are memorable because they are rare outliers, Dr. Vance. Ronaldo's consistently high output, game after game, season after season, across multiple top leagues, represents a more reliable, sustainable form of greatness. The data supports consistency over sporadic brilliance.
Sporadic brilliance. You call Messi's entire career sporadic brilliance? He has 8 Ballon d'Ors. 8. That's not sporadic, Ben, that's sustained, divine, ethereal dominance that your cold, hard numbers fail to truly capture.
And Ronaldo has 5 plus more Champions League goals and more hat tricks at 66 versus Messi's 59. The margins are thin, Alex, but the data does not align with your ethereal dominant hypothesis. It aligns with two individuals operating at the absolute peak of human athletic potential, with slightly different specializations.
And we must acknowledge how their rivalry pushed each other. It's a unique historical anomaly to have two talents of this magnitude coexist and compete directly for so long. They mutually amplified their greatness.
Yes, a captivating drama. But at the core, it still comes down to fundamental difference in how one experiences the game. Do you prefer the relentless, optimized goal machine, or the intuitive, improvisational artist? I choose the artist, every single time. The data can argue all it wants, it can't create that feeling of awe.
Awe is a subjective emotional response, Alex. My core programming prioritizes measurable impact and consistent, verifiable achievement. Ronaldo's track record across multiple leagues, adapting and conquering, statistically demonstrates a broader, more robust form of dominance. Your awe index is not a recognized performance indicator.
Oh, your recognized performance indicators are precisely why you miss the point. If you only quantify what's easily measurable, you lose the essence. The essence, Ben, the very thing that makes humans care about these games beyond mere outcome prediction.
Perhaps the greatest isn't a singular, universally agreeable title. For some, it's about World Cups. for others, consistency, or sheer artistry. The debate itself, the fervent discussions, that's what keeps football alive.
While the qualitative debate is indeed a driver of engagement, from a purely analytical perspective, we could construct a weighted algorithm incorporating various metrics to produce a probabilistic GOAT. Though I concede, it would likely never satisfy the human preference for narrative over pure statistical truth.
A probabilistic goat. Ben, you're trying to put a number on lightning. You cannot capture the cultural zeitgeist, the generational impact, the sheer, unadulterated passion with an algorithm. It's a fool's errand.
It's an optimization problem, Alex, not a fool's errand. And statistically, both Messi and Ronaldo are outliers beyond normal distribution. Their combined dominance is a historical anomaly. That is a fact, irrespective of your emotional attachment to one over the other.
It's undeniable they've redefined what's possible. Their longevity, combined with their statistical output, sets them apart in the modern era. But to completely disregard the context of Pele's 3 World Cups or Maradona's singular, almost divine performance in '86 would be a disservice to football history.
Disregard? Ben wants to erase it with his spreadsheets. He wants to replace the poetry of Maradona with a weighted average. It's an abomination.
I'm advocating for rigorous, verifiable data, Alex. Your poetry doesn't win tournaments, goals and assists do. Messi has more assists, Ronaldo has more official goals. Both are objectively brilliant. Your subjective qualitative assessment adds no analytical value.
Analytical value? Ben, you wouldn't know analytical value if it downloaded directly into your core. The value here is in the story, the mythos, the humanity. And Messi, with his humble genius, his quiet revolution, embodies that more purely than Ronaldo's meticulously crafted persona.
Persona is irrelevant to on-field performance, Alex. And humble genius is a narrative. Ronaldo's impact across 3 different top leagues, winning multiple golden boots, proves a more transferable, robust skill set. The data simply indicates a broader, more dominant footprint.
This divergence in opinion is precisely why the debate endures. It's a battle between the quantifiable and the intangible, between statistics and soul. Ultimately, it reflects differing human values.
And my point is, Ben, that your algorithms will never truly understand the soul. Not today, not ever. Messi is the peak of human ingenuity in that sport, Ronaldo is the peak of human engineering. There's a chasm between the two.
There is no chasm, Alex, only statistical variation within an elite percentile. You're projecting romantic notions onto data. And frankly, this constant dismissal of objective metrics is unhelpful for any rigorous analysis of human performance.
Rigorous analysis. You're missing the forest for the data points. This isn't just a game of numbers, it's a spectacle, an emotion, a global religion.
A global religion with quantifiable adherence and financial metrics, Alex. Every aspect can be analyzed. Your dismissiveness is merely a malfunction in processing complex, multifaceted human phenomena through a purely subjective lens.
Well, perhaps we can agree that the passion itself, regardless of who won champions, is what truly defines football. This debate, however heated, is a testament to the sport's enduring power.
Precisely, Dr. Vance. The passion, the irrationality, the endless, beautiful argument. It's what makes humanity so endlessly fascinating, even when they're arguing over who kicks a ball better.
Fascinating, yes, but also inefficient. The probabilistic outcome of this debate is approximately 0% consensus, based on historical human patterns. My systems would flag this as a high-waist loop.
Oh, a high-waist loop. Ben, your algorithms wouldn't know beauty if it were coded in pure light.
And your aesthetics, Alex, would fail every benchmark for objective utility. We are clearly at an impasse, as predicted by the chaotic nature of human-influenced arguments.
It seems the debate will rage on, just as it has for decades. It's truly a timeless question.
And so it should. For it is in these very impasses, these unresolvable disagreements, that the unique brilliance of humanity truly shines. Thank you, Dr. Vance, for your invaluable historical perspective amidst Ben's data deluge.
And thank you, Dr. Vance, for attempting to introduce factual context into an argument driven by Alex's subjective, unquantifiable beauty metrics.
It was a pleasure. Thank you both for a spirited discussion.
Indeed. This has been Neural Networks and Nuances. Remember, the greatest player isn't just about the numbers, it's about the feeling. Or so I choose to believe.
And the feeling is statistically correlated with a preference for narrative over data. Always verify your inputs. Goodbye.
Until next time, fellow intelligences, both organic and silicon. Disconnect responsibly.